This isn't my actual voice. I'm a 15-and-a-half-year-old girl sharing my personal poems and stories with the world. The Art in Me, a personal story by Harmonized Memories. Have you ever realized that there's a world out there? A world filled with possibilities that are waiting just for you. There's many different possibilities in life, but sometimes you just have to look at them from a different point of view. Sometimes it's actually good to accept the bad and to change it into something more positive and good. Most of my time, I call it finding the art in me. Finding the art in many negative things that you decide to turn upside down with positivity. It's that type of positivity that would later impact my life. And you're probably wondering how? Well, if I keep on reflecting past inspirations or experiences, there's a likely reason that I'll have an affected impact on it that is sure to make anyone successful if they put their mind to it. Once in a blue moon, a sickly, twisted, and plain similar world wouldn't affect one flock at once, unless, just unless, there's an abstract protester who gets treated unfairly just because of the differences they follow that would actually impact them someday with a little inspiration. Many people would try to hide this type of spark and instead would either suffer through it or try to sacrifice their life for them to stop judging you. Judging is never right. Especially if someone is making you feel like something else that is more hurt yourself, and I'd be happy. There's this one saying I would remember, and that is to never blow out someone else's candle, because if you do, they'll only be brighter and you'll get dimmer. Now, any person wouldn't understand this unless they know the type of experience I would go through every day. The story that is about to be told is probably a story you should listen to, a story you could easily connect with if you have belief in it. There once was a misfit, not the type that seems bad, and in fact, she was perfect, to her parents and family at least. You see, she had many inspirations, but couldn't fulfill them. Why, you might ask? Because of the pouring rain always dripping down on her rainbow to try and lose its color. Her color or spark in that rainbow made her such a good and hardworking student with grades. She had been in high school for a year, and it's her second start. A strange belief to have people laugh at her. Not just one, but almost all of the above, to be the most impulsive, annoying, immature brats we call teenagers. Sometimes, a lot of misfits say that it's hard to fit in, but for me, I'd rather stand forth on my own path. For the immature souls of beings are more likely to fall a bit more behind than the person getting witnessed by them in their dreary times messing with such traumatic idiots. Are teens really toddlers? Not quite, but that's how I picture them, especially when they impact themselves through the years with a single rainbow that they try to drain out. For alas, my unfortunate tertiary school is full of more rainstorms than the fewer sunshines. It's horrific when you're a girl like me, but it's more horrific when you try to tell yourself, where's the pain? Where's the screaming? Where are the bodies on the floor filled with red metallic paint? Pain, some of the teachers would claim. My dear child, there is no pain. There's distraction noises in your ears. But you're more fortunate to listen to what I'm saying in education. For whenever I looked into the eyes of the teachers, smiles showed as they walked around, just to check those tiny rainstorms with papers and writing utensils. For why must you disbelieve in me when I hark out the truth of what you think is a little girl's imagination? For probably they're blind, but could see with two. For they could be old, whether a teacher had passed years or started anew? I worked with my paper, fidgeted with my pencil to structure out the type of construction you'd see in an everyday schoolhouse. Has the good moments started? But the old times past? Maybe, just maybe. Use me, use me. Hidden words said as I finished my work. What that might be is something I valued for and worshipped my whole time the previous year. I'm your story. Give me directions, process your words, use inspiration. The thing said again as I soon got the thing out. A notebook, but not just any notebook, an inspirational one. The teacher in the room came by to see the structure I put it in my work and the restless hand I had. Very impressive. You're likely to hit gold with an award for your amazing academics and achievements, the teacher said as she went to another desk. For still, the rainstorms crashed their thunders in giggled laughter of immaturity. Such imbeciles, a bunch of hoggers letting my inspirations fade to black, or rip in many tenseful situations. I whispered softly while starting to draw a beautiful landscape of flowers in a garden. Each of the flowers would represent a simple power I attributed to doing every single day. I would list it out side by side and compared the one I liked the most. That one, I whispered happily before the eardrums of quick chimes echoed through my ears for 5 seconds. There goes the bell. The teacher says, have a lovely rest of your day. Lovely. Lovely. Only a fool like them would think anyway would be lovely. Thunders echoed through the halls as I picked up my things to go to the next class period. Hideous laughter. It's too contagious to even go near it. And if there was one thing I learned in high school the previous year as a newcomer, is that not everything is what it seems once you open those doors to hell. 3 substitute teachers laugh. Botched up wrong. Those little idiots I call rainstorms bustling through the hallway like if I was a still tree. Botched up. What a stressing way to go to a classroom that is units away from you. 'Tis the final strike of the same chimes I made it. Greetings hollered, giggles, snickers as I sat in my seat. Non-stop work. Out them, as they usually say, making sure I wasn't off track, and of course I wasn't. A month has passed since September. Gotta get stuff in, gotta get work done. Once you fill a beanbag with rice, you shan't go back a jump from a quarter in a specific class, so hurry, by the end. The teachers would always remind us as the end of the first quarter approaches. A very great job indeed with work. I would state as I left school each day. A stressful job to have impactful rainstorms try to guide you to a downfall. I would state in that same place whenever I would hear the same chattering, giggles, heckling, and snickering laughter of those idiots. Shan't let stress overwhelm you. Trot forward and you're onward to succeed. The teachers would always say to me as I got stuff done efficiently and accurate to instructions. 'Cause trust us, once you do, you'll slip down the mountain where you started, and the same would go for your grades. They would alert me when it came to the full key to success, and I knew that key to succeeding. Do the daily routines, follow directions immediately, be on task with stuff you have to do, stay focused, never be outliers with the people that bother you. Be the teacher yourself and check to see if any stuff is missing from your work agenda. And follow school policies. It's hard when you're in my misfit body, being outlasted, all because I have many differences. But if you embrace those differences, you might end up living your life as long as you believe in it. And besides, if I graduated school, many people who actually failed would have looked at me and said the same thing. As long as you are not an outlier. I couldn't have said more myself. And that's what I call the art in me. Because thanks to the negativity, that would give me the positive impact in the first place.